They told the world it didn't exist. They said the rumors were exaggerated, the leaks were fake, and the sightings were impossible. But tonight, you're about to hear the truth. Somewhere above you, right now, there could be a fighter jet moving faster than sound, invisible to radar, silent to sensors, and untouchable by anything currently deployed. No warning, no detection, no escape. This is not science fiction. This is not a movie trailer. This is the reality of the world's most advanced stealth fighter jet ever revealed, and once you understand what it can do, air warfare will never feel the same again. For decades, air superiority meant speed, altitude, and firepower. Whoever flew higher, faster, and carried more weapons usually won. But modern warfare has completely rewritten those rules. Today, the deadliest aircraft isn't the one you see, it is the one you never know is there. Stealth is no longer just about avoiding radar. It's about dominating the entire battle space before the enemy even realizes a war has begun. And at the center of this silent revolution is the most advanced stealth fighter jet humanity has ever built. To understand why this aircraft is so terrifyingly powerful, we need to understand what stealth truly means today. Early stealth aircraft were designed mainly to reduce radar cross-section, basically to look smaller on enemy radar screens. Engineers shaped airframes with sharp angles, coated surfaces with radar-absorbing materials, and hid weapons inside internal bays. But modern stealth goes far beyond shape and paint. It's about controlling every form of detection: radar, infrared, acoustic, electronic, and even visual signatures. The most advanced stealth fighter jets are not just hard to see, they are nearly impossible to track, target, or predict. At the heart of this jet's dominance is sensor fusion. Unlike older fighters, where pilots had to interpret separate radar screens, infrared displays, and warning systems, this aircraft merges all incoming data into a single, crystal-clear battlefield picture. Radar signals, satellite feeds, electronic intelligence, and infrared tracking are fused together by artificial intelligence in real time. The pilot doesn't look for targets anymore. The jet tells the pilot exactly where everything is: enemy aircraft, missiles, ships, ground defenses, before the enemy knows they've been detected. But the real shock comes from how this jet sees without being seen. Its radar doesn't behave like traditional systems that emit strong, easily detectable signals. Instead, it uses low probability of intercept technology, sending out tiny, scattered bursts that blend into background noise. Enemy sensors can't tell whether they're being scanned or simply experiencing electronic clutter. By the time they realize something is wrong, it's already too late. Stealth alone, however, is useless without speed and maneuverability. This aircraft doesn't rely on raw speed like older interceptors, nor does it depend purely on dogfighting agility. Instead, it combines supercruise capability, flying faster than sound, without using fuel-guzzling afterburners, with extreme aerodynamic efficiency. This allows it to strike deep into enemy territory, engage multiple targets, and leave before defenses can react. All of this happens while maintaining a stealth profile that remains nearly invisible, even at high speeds. One of the most closely guarded secrets of this jet is its propulsion system. The engines are not just powerful, they are intelligent. Adaptive cycle engines can shift airflow and performance modes mid-flight, optimizing for fuel efficiency, speed, or thermal control depending on mission needs. This means longer range, greater endurance, and reduced infrared signature, making it even harder for heat-seeking missiles to lock on. The engine exhaust itself is carefully shaped and cooled to blend into the surrounding atmosphere, reducing the chance of detection by infrared. Sensors, weapons are another area where the stealth fighter completely changes the game. Instead of carrying massive external payloads that increase radar visibility, all weapons are housed internally. Advanced air-to-air missiles, long-range strike weapons, and precision-guided munitions are released only at the moment of attack. Some of these missiles are so advanced they can receive mid-course updates from the jet or other friendly platforms, allowing them to change targets in flight. Others rely on passive guidance, homing in without ever alerting enemy radar systems. Perhaps the most unsettling capability is the jet's role as a command node, not just a fighter. This aircraft doesn't operate alone, it controls an entire network. Loyal wingman drones fly alongside it, extending sensor range, carrying additional weapons, and performing high-risk tasks. The pilot becomes less of a traditional dogfighter and more of a battlefield commander, directing unmanned systems with gestures, voice commands, or AI-assisted controls. This man-to-man teaming dramatically increases lethality while reducing risk to human life. Electronic warfare is where this stealth fighter becomes truly overwhelming. Instead of merely avoiding detection, it can actively manipulate the enemy's perception of reality. It can jam radar systems, create false targets, hide friendly forces, and disrupt communications, all while remaining undetected itself. Enemy pilots may see ghost aircraft that don't exist, or lose track of real threats entirely. Ground defenses may lock onto empty sky while the real attack comes from another direction. The cockpit itself feels more like a spacecraft than a traditional fighter. Large panoramic displays replace old-style gauges, presenting information in intuitive, color-coded layers. The pilot's helmet projects targeting data directly onto the visor, allowing them to see through the aircraft using external cameras. Wherever the pilot looks, the battlefield follows. This level of situational awareness reduces reaction time to seconds or even milliseconds. But what truly separates the world's most advanced stealth fighter jet from anything before it is artificial intelligence. AI isn't just assisting, it's constantly learning. It analyzes enemy behavior, predicts likely responses, and suggests optimal tactics in real time. In some scenarios, it can even take limited control to avoid threats faster than a human pilot could react. This doesn't replace the pilot, it amplifies them, turning one human into the equivalent of an entire squadron. Strategically, this aircraft shifts the balance of power in a way few weapons ever have. It doesn't just win dogfights, it prevents them. Its mere presence forces adversaries to rethink air defense systems, early warning networks, and even military doctrine. Traditional surface-to-air missile systems struggle to detect it. Older fighter jets are outclassed before they even know they're engaged. Entire regions of airspace can be dominated by a handful of these aircraft. The psychological impact is just as powerful as the physical one. When enemy forces know there is an aircraft they cannot see, cannot track, and cannot stop, hesitation sets in. Commanders delay decisions. Pilots second-guess radar contacts. Defenses hesitate to fire. In warfare, uncertainty is deadly, and this jet weaponizes uncertainty itself. What makes this revelation even more shocking is that what the public knows is almost certainly incomplete. History has shown that by the time advanced military technology is acknowledged, even more capable systems are already in development. The fighter jet being revealed today may already have successors flying in classified test programs, pushing the boundaries of speed, stealth, and autonomy even further. And this leads to an uncomfortable truth. Air warfare is entering an era where battles may be decided before the first missile is launched. Victory will belong to those who control information, perception, and invisibility. The world's most advanced stealth fighter jet is not just an aircraft, it is a symbol of how war itself is evolving. So the next time you look up at a clear blue sky and see nothing, remember this: absence does not mean safety. Somewhere beyond sight, beyond sound, and beyond radar, a machine may be watching, calculating, and waiting. The age of visible power is over. The age of invisible dominance has begun.